morning, everyone, and happy Saturday. My name is Callie, and this is another weekend of clarinets, cats, and coffee. In today's video, I am going to give you guys a few things in the Tomplay app to practice that is part of legit clarinet repertoire for both the A and the B flat clarinet. So that first excerpt that I played for you guys is from the Quintet for Clarinet and Strings by Brahms. It is one of my all-time favorite pieces of music. It's very, very hard to put together with a string quartet. I had the pleasure of being able to play it whenever I was in college. I played with a really, really excellent string quartet at DePaul University. And not a lot of people have that opportunity. So I'm excited to share this with you guys, that it's here. Every single movement is here in the Tomplay app. So if you have an A clarinet, jump right in and do it. I highly, highly recommend. As a side note, I will say there are some parts where the interpretation of the app may not align with how you may want to interpret it. In other words, there are some things that, the musicians do that I wouldn't do if I were doing it in performance, but it is really fun to play. For example, the second movement, the opening tempo that the app suggests, I think is perfect. I will play the beginning for you for a moment, just so you can have it for reference, so you can see which piece I am talking about. However, right in the middle of the piece is this sort of folksy sounding section, and I actually like to take it a tiny bit faster. So here's this middle section for reference. I'm not going to play all of it. It is very difficult to line up with an app and with string players who aren't actually listening to you, but I will do my best. So check it out. All right, so I hope you guys are as excited as I am that this is part of the app for A clarinet. Now there are a whole bunch of other pieces here for A clarinet. We do have the Mozart Concerto in here as well, so a lot of fun to play along with. The second movement, they actually have an orchestral accompaniment, and they even have the second movement of the concerto transposed for B-flat clarinet. The B-flat part is the same, but the orchestral part is changed to match with the accompaniment part has been altered to match the pitch of the B-flat clarinet. So that's a really good intermediate level solo piece. If you are at that intermediate level, I'd recommend checking out the second movement of the Mozart Concerto. Now, the other classical repertoire that I'm also excited about is the Kegelstatt Trio. So again, we don't have, string players and pianists just lying around waiting for us to hop in and practice music with them. So this app is a great way for us to learn those parts and learn that music and really dip our toes into some really, really great rep that you would not normally get to play. So the Kegelstatt Trio, all of the movements are in there, and I think that's a really good, especially the minuet. I'll play a clip of the minuet for you here for reference. So the minuet here of the Kegelstatt Trio is a really great intermediate level piece as well, and it's really great for just learning the other parts, even if you're prepping to rehearse with other players. It's really great. I love it. And I'll just show you here on the screen, I made a playlist of all of the legit clarinet repertoire pieces that include chamber music and solo music here. I may have missed a few things because the library is quite large and there is a lot of music, not just classical music. There's a lot of popular music in here as well. More quintets, all of the Brahms sonatas, the Brahms Trio for A clarinet, way cool. Piazzolla, and it's kind of cool for the Bordel 1900 and Nightclub 1960. They have it for both A and B flat clarinet. So if you have both of the instruments, I would say you could choose whichever one makes the most sense with your preferred key signature. There are some weird fingerings in these for like trills and grace notes that may make better sense on one clarinet over the other. I think I typically prefer the B flat clarinet over the A part here. Weber Concerto 1. Oh, and the Weber Quintet. Nobody ever gets to play the Weber Quintet. It is just so much fun. Give that one a try too, you guys. The Weber Grand Duo. It's just, oh, the Bruch double concerto. Really, it's like you've got a built-in viola player here just like playing all this stuff with you with the Kegelstatt and all the quintets and now the double concerto. The double concerto is for clarinet and A and viola, would highly recommend. It's also very cool. And the Finzi 5 bagatelles. I always forget that's in here and I have a lot of students who learn it, so it's kind of nice to have that when I'm teaching lessons. So those are some of my recommendations for getting your feet wet in the classical repertoire here on the Tomplay app. It's really a lot of fun and a great opportunity to play with other instruments that you may not be able to play with on a regular basis. So if you guys have any questions or any favorite pieces or anything you're excited to play on Tomplay, please leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you next week and we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming. Have a wonderful weekend, have a good week next week, and as always, happy practicing.